Between 1982 and 1997, a dark mystery gripped the 50-mile stretch of Interstate 45 in Texas. 42 teenage girls and young women vanished. Small towns and quiet suburbs, places that should have been safe, became the hunting grounds of a predator or predators who moved unseen and left heartbreak in their wake. For years, investigators struggled to piece together the puzzle. The victims had different lives, different stories, but they all shared the same tragic end. Many were found in shallow graves, discarded in remote fields and woods. Some were never found at all. One of those lost was Jessica Kane, 17 years old. She had just finished performing in a local theater production that August night in 1997. She left the show driving home alone on the empty stretch of I-45. She never made it back. The next morning, her father found her pickup truck abandoned on the highway's shoulder. No sign of a struggle, no clue where she'd gone. By then, police thought they knew who was responsible. Robert William Abel, a former NASA engineer who ran a horseback riding ranch in League City. In 1993, 4 girls' bodies had been discovered in a field near his property. That was enough for authorities to zero in on Abel. The FBI stepped in, working with local police to build a psychological profile. They painted a picture of a smart, calculating killer, someone who lived close to the victims. Abel's ex-wife added fuel to the fire, claiming he had a temper and even beat his horses. The FBI profile was blunt. Serial sexual offender. Robert William Abel. Armed with that profile, police got a search warrant. They combed Abel's ranch, searching for any link to the murders. They found 6,000 photographs. 2 of them showed nude women, neither connected to the victims, and nothing else. No evidence of violence, no connection to the I-45 murders. But even without evidence, the police named Abel publicly. In a town desperate for answers, it didn't matter that he hadn't been charged. Abel became the villain in the community's eyes. The threats started immediately. Neighbors turned on him, and one father, Tim Miller, whose daughter Laura had been murdered, took matters into his own hands. He showed up at Abel's door, armed and angry, leaving chilling messages on his answering machine. Through it all, Abel insisted he was innocent. He even volunteered to take a polygraph. But police refused. To them, his eagerness was suspicious, exactly the kind of thing they believed a serial killer would do. It wasn't until 1998 that Abel got his chance on national TV. The show 2020 stepped in, giving Abel the polygraph he'd been begging for. A retired FBI agent ran 2 tests. The first caught him off guard with a question about a victim's drug use. But a second, straightforward test cleared him completely. The FBI in Houston called the results extremely significant. They admitted the original profile was deeply flawed, an embarrassment. Even Tim Miller, who had once threatened Abel's life, appeared on TV to apologize. He'd been wrong. But the police in League City didn't budge. They wouldn't clear Abel's name. They said he might be innocent, but without evidence to fully exonerate him, he was still swimming in the pool of suspects. Texas courts agreed. They ruled that police had the right to name Abel publicly, even though the FBI had retracted their claims. Abel's life remained in limbo, his name forever stained. Meanwhile, the real killer, or killers, remained at large. More names joined the list. Joanne Sendejas, 39, vanished from her San Leon home in December 1999. Tot Tran Harriman, 57, disappeared while visiting family in League City in July 2001. Sarah Trusty, just 23, went missing in July 2002 while riding her bike through Texas City. 2 weeks later, fishermen found her body in a local canal. In 2001, a new confession surfaced. Mark Roland Stallings, already in prison for assault and escape attempts, claimed responsibility for 2 of the I-45 murders. He hinted at 4 more. But no charges were filed. His role, if any, remains an unanswered question. The stretch of Interstate 45 between Houston and Galveston remains a corridor of mystery and fear, a place where so many young lives were stolen, and where justice has never fully arrived. For Robert Abel, there was never a conviction, But there was no peace either. For the families, the weight of loss remains. And for the rest of us, the I-45 mystery is a chilling reminder. Sometimes the answers we need are buried deeper than the truth we can find.